This is 12 Sports.
Welcome into 12 Sports live from Cooperstown. I am a very sunburnt Jacob Seuss. The Devils were a perfect 6 for 6 tonight on the penalty kill. And right behind me in overtime, they scored the game-winning goal on the power play. It's pretty cold out here, so I don't think Tim Tebow is going to have any trouble adjusting from the weather back home in Binghamton to now the weather in Syracuse. Tell the good people of Binghamton what you guys do and the atmosphere you're going to create at the ballpark here tonight. We have some business to take care of. A little game of horse. Zeus against Seuss. Are you ready? If the Ponies did decide to extend netting, it would begin here at the end of the dugout and would end here in the right field seats and would leave this whole area covered. But there's two sides to every argument, meaning the openness of a baseball stadium would then be taken away. With the winningest pitcher in Binghamton Met/Rumble Ponies history, Mickey Janis, you hear that, what comes to mind? Is he the best closer of all time? You heard it there first. Best closer of all time, Mariano Rivera. To be honest, he really never even made good contact. Like you guys just saw, 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and 2 of those at-bats came in pretty big situations. Today's the big day, the main draw, another running of Go Bowling at the Glen. Never won a World Series with the Bronx Bombers, never got a Cy Young, but at the end of the day, he was where every baseball player wants to end up. That's right here in Cooperstown. You tell us a little bit how the process goes of getting these artifacts from these players. There's one Mets player who didn't take the field. That's Jacob deGrom. He's back in New York City because he just signed a new 5-year extension.
12 Sports.
This afternoon, the Mets celebrated the 50th anniversary of the 1969 world champion Miracle Mets, a team that was 10 games back of first place on August 14th and went on to win 14 of 17 and 24 of their final 32 to make the playoffs and go on to knock off the powerhouse Baltimore Orioles, a team that included the likes of Tom Seaver, Ed Kranepool, Gil Hodges. The list goes on and on. Arguably the greatest story in New York sports history. So if these guys could do it, why not the present-day Mets? Chris Mazza, the second Rumble Pony to play for the Mets this season, he made his MLB debut tonight and was awesome, throwing 4 innings in long relief, allowing just a single run. But we're going to go bottom 6, Mets down a run, and Jeff McNeil delivers. His second RBI of the day is going to tie things up at 3, and we're right back where we got started. 2 RBIs on the day for McNeil. The next batter, Robinson Cano, he comes through as well. Clutch hit in a tough first year in Queens so far for Cano. That scores McNeil, and the Mets had their first lead of the day, but different day, same story. Here comes the bullpen. In the 8th, Nick Markakis is going to crush this Seth Lugo 3-0 pitch tie game, and the very next pitch, you know where that's going. Austin Riley absolutely crushes that. Second deck action. The Mets dropped their 7th in a row, but on the bright side, it was a day Chris Mazza will always remember. Yankees-Red Sox Game 1 from across the pond. First MLB game ever in Europe. Buckle up, this game was weird. Top 1, Luke Voigt goes double down the left field line off Rick Porcello. A good start, the Yankees were on top 1-0. And after a Didi Gregorius RBI single, it was 3-zip, and Edwin Encarnacion is going to double into that same exact corner. A lot of room out there in Rick Porcello, not sharp in the first. 4-0, and the next batter, Aaron Hicks, we have liftoff. He hits that one all the way to Scotland. First MLB batter to hit a home run across the pond. The Yankees put up a 6th spot in the first inning. Should be over, right? Oh no, we're just getting started. Masahiro Tanaka has already let up 2 runs in the bottom of the first when Brock Holt singles home Rafael Devers. And just like that, the lead is cut in half. And then Michael Chavis crushes one to dead center. Are you kidding me? We're tied at 6, a combined 12 runs in the first inning. Neither starter even made it to the second. The difference, though, the Yankees bats did this all day long. In the third, Brett Gardner goes deep. He breaks the 6-6 tie. Then in the fourth, the Yankees have blown it open once again. Aaron Judge hits a home run, and it's 14-6. Crazy game to start this 2-game series. The Yankees are going to take it. Final score, 17-13. And the Ponies with the double dip in Altoona. They took Game 1, another solid performance for Mickey Janis, who ties the franchise record, 25 AA wins. And they had the lead late in the second, but dropped that one. So an even split, and these two will wrap up this series tomorrow. And the Yankees and Red Sox are going to wrap up their series at 10 a.m. Maybe a little bit too early for fish and chips, but some tea maybe?
It's never too early for fish and chips.
I guess not. So 10 a.m., you wake up, you're ready to go.
Have the tea with the fish and chips.
Sounds like a plan, the London special.
All right, thanks, Jacob.
It's amazing bringing home a trophy that nobody will think that anybody from here will have.
This, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for Robbie.
But before there was this, there was a tryout. 100 kids vying for 18 spots, with a chance to represent the region at the Brick International Hockey Tournament in Edmonton.
I thought it would be a little hard to make it.
There's always a shot. He's a very good player, but we're seeing the best of the best in the Connecticut, New York, New Jersey area, plus imports from as far away as Dallas. So it was a little touch and go.
But when he did,
Was pretty much bouncing off walls.
Robbie was the only kid from upstate New York to make the team, and then came tournament time. The Little League World Series of Hockey. One shot to show the world what you can do, but Robbie knew what he was getting himself into.
Very fast, intense, fast pace.
And the atmosphere, well, it resembled one of a playoff game. It's no secret they take their hockey seriously in Canada.
It was crazy. Everybody was yelling, and people were hanging over the boards.
He scores!
Robbie's team dominated. The CGR Rangers won their first 7 games before knocking off Alberta in overtime of the championship game to become the first America-based team to win the tournament in 17 years.
Our whole team was ecstatic. We were going crazy on the ice.
To go and watch your son be part of that and be a team player, play with these amazing kids, all the talent up there, for us, it was a dream come true.
A dream that might take some time to realize was actually reality.
The magnitude of it, I don't think they're going to understand until eventually, someday maybe he goes back to Edmonton and sees his name on the cup or sees his name on the wall.
After an experience like that, the sky's the limit for Robbie and his future goals,
My big goal is to go to the NHL.
which just might not be that crazy. In Binghamton, Jacob Seuss, 12 Sports.
Something like I've never seen before.
Mia McCarthy, not only a scholar athlete, but a cheerleading Section 4 champion.
Just normal, nothing crazy, sports, school.
Thanks to years of hard work, McCarthy's high school career was near perfect until a doctor's visit in late November.
Around Thanksgiving, I found out that there was a tumor in my lung.
McCarthy was diagnosed with stage 1 lung cancer.
You think that you've done everything you can to get your child to the place where they can fulfill their dreams, and then something unexpected like this happens to her.
I handled it pretty well. I didn't think anything of it until it started affecting me, but it was there for about a year, so everything I was doing, running and everything, we didn't know.
And with McCarthy now sidelined from all cheer activity, the doubt set in that everything she had worked for could be gone.
I was so scared because I didn't know if that was going to affect me for school, cheerleading in college and stuff.
I would be lying if I didn't tell you. Driving to and from work by myself in the car, I cried every day.
Thanks to that early diagnosis, doctors attacked McCarthy's tumor right away, and in January, after successful surgery, she was declared cancer-free.
I was so ready. I don't think it hit me that I was so nervous until I was actually laying on the table.
And just 3 weeks later, she was right back on the cheer mat.
My team, a lot of the time, said that when I was gone, they did it for me. So it was really emotional, a lot.
And now 7 months after the worst moment of her life, McCarthy signed her national letter of intent to cheer at Division I and 2019 national champion UNLV.
I almost lost my senior season. I almost lost a lot more than I could have. Everything I do, I want to do with 100% passion and drive.
In the town of Union, Jacob Seuss, 12 Sports. Dottie Pekka isn't your average bowler. She bowls about 3 times a week, averages about 150 a game, and has won many awards, all at the age of 92 years young.
I think I'll do it up until they put me, someplace else.
Pekka began bowling at 17 and immediately fell in love with the sport.
It's something that's competition, but you can take it seriously or you can enjoy yourself and just have a good time.
And the very first throw I saw from Pekka was a strike. She doesn't just bowl here in town. She frequently travels the state, everywhere from Corning to Niagara Falls, and this past weekend added another trophy to her collection.
Fortunately, I bowled good enough that I won in B Division, not only the B Division, but I also the club championship for bowling so well.
bowling runs in the blood of the Pekka family. Dottie is a mother of 5 and has passed the game down to each of her kids.
All my kids here just pick up a bowling ball and they're in. They know how to play no matter what.
And with no plans to end her bowling career anytime soon, she encourages anyone and everyone to get out and just live life.
There's no excuse really for sitting home. You just have to keep active or life stops.
In Vestal,
I'm going to keep going.
Jacob Seuss, 12 Sports.